Hey guys, come on downstairs. It's Mama's Basement. It's college football world down here, and we are living in it. We are going to do episode number 5 is a special recap review of the Florida game, in which we call helmet stickers. So what we'll do is we'll go through each of our position groups individually and give out helmet stickers as well as look at what they did. Let's start with quarterback Carl Morris. He was 19 of 28, 203 yards passing, no touchdowns, a pick, a 121.6 rating. He had 9 carries for 19 yards. And we'll give him a helmet sticker. That was for passing for over 200 yards. One helmet sticker for him. Backup quarterback Phil Everett. No stats, didn't play. Let's go to the running backs. Starting off with Jack Weldon. He had 26 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown. No fumbles, no explosive plays. 2 catches for 23 yards. He gets a helmet sticker for going over 50 yards rushing. Every 50 yards, running backs will get a helmet sticker. Actually, it was 100 yards. His helmet sticker was for the touchdown. My bad. Every 100 yards, he'll get a helmet sticker, but that one was for the touchdown. Lauren Reyes, 4 carries, -3 yards. 3 catches for 19 yards. No helmet stickers for our backup running back, Lauren Reyes. And I'm going to reimagine these graphics for helmet stickers because I want to get the players' years, whether they're seniors, sophomores, just more information for you guys to digest and get to know our team better. So the rest of the running backs did not have any stats, whether or not they played. If they played, they didn't do anything substantial. All right, wide receivers. Quinn Chance had 5 catches against the Gators for 41 yards, no touchdowns. He had 1 drop. Now the plus 20, those are actually, I'm changing that to yards after catch. So that should be yak instead of plus 20. And he had 1 carry for 2 yards. So he had 22 yards after catch. Paul Brothers, 2 receptions on the day, 25 yards, no touchdowns, no drops, 13 yak yards. No rushes on the day for Brothers, and no helmet stickers for number 88. Next up on the receiving core, Marcus Burton. He had 5 catches for 56 yards. 1 drop, had 9 yards after catch. And no helmet stickers for Marcus Burton. But he did get 56 yards. He had a really nice game. He's averaged 10 yards per reception. Next receiver, Sean Jameson, number 3. He had 3 catches for 55 yards, 7 yards after a catch. And he's going to be our first shout-out of the episode from the Florida game. He had a great game, Jameson. As you see the catch downfield on Cal State Fullerton's opening drive would set up the field goal and get us on the board and tie it up with Florida there early. Ray Valentine had no stats. Again, it would be nice to know if he's redshirting or a freshman or that kind of information. So I'm reimagining these helmet sticker graphics, and hopefully the new ones that I come up with, hopefully by the next episode, will include that. Let's go to tight ends. The tight ends didn't do much against Florida. They were taken out of the equation. Gerard Houston, no stats. He did play. Darren Meadows also played, but recorded no stats. O.B. Sears did not play, and he had no stats. Let's get to the offensive line. I've made some adjustments for how I'm going to do the offensive line. Take penalties and grade out. That just complicated things for me. And we're just going to cover pancake stats and sacks. Pancake blocks and sacks. So our left tackle, Dante Mayo, got a helmet sticker for his pancake block. He didn't have a pancake block, for not allowing a sack. Jose Estes gets a helmet sticker for playing a full game without allowing a sack. Jim Paris, no stats. Micah McGee, our center, he gave up 1 sack. And we've got a couple of things to look at with Micah McGee. First off, let's give him a shout out. So you see him at the center. He's going to cut down the nose tackle, then get to the second level. And unfortunately, we came up just a yard short there of the first down, but the big center got out there. He's also got a WTF moment. What the F? He gave up that sack and looked silly doing it. Franklin Monroe, Nothing. Kenyon Ostrander, our starting right guard, gave up a sack. Ronaldo Holman, the backup, didn't play. Rodney Lemon, starting right tackle. No pancakes, no sacks. He gets a helmet sticker for not giving up any sacks. Tariq Cole, right tackle, no stats. Matt Singletary, right tackle, no stats. All right, let's get into the defensive side of the football. Parker Hearn against Florida had 3 tackles, no sacks. No pass deflections, no interceptions, no forced fumbles, and no fumbles recovered. As things go along, we'll start to learn what we reward helmet stickers for. Probably should have gone over it beforehand, but we'll learn. We've got plenty of these episodes upcoming to keep track of our guys. Luther Humphrey, 4 tackles, no sacks, no pass defense, no interceptions. He did force a fumble, and that's going to get him a shout out in the film session. Shout out to Luther Humphrey. And check this out. Downfield, Humphrey comes from behind, stripping the football away. It's recovered by Carey. Also a little shout out to Carey for recovering it, but a big one right there for Humphrey for forcing the fumble. All right, Derek Simmons, no stats. Stephen Downs, no stats. Roddy Crenshaw, the defensive tackle, had 2 tackles, and that was it. At the very bottom of the screen, those will be their season totals. We'll keep a running total. Whether I continue with this graphic or make new ones, we'll always have a running total. Rashad Randall, no stats. Ty Wolf, defensive tackle, no stats. Didn't get in the game, presumably. So Demetrius Kramer, no stats. Number 79, the defensive tackle. William Workman, nothing for him. Big number 98. Vernon Huff, he played. Outside linebacker, recorded 3 tackles. No sacks, no passes defensed, no interceptions, no forced fumbles, no fumbles recovered. But he gets a shout out. So let's shout out Huff. He's the guy who came down the line of scrimmage and made the diving tackle on LaMichael Perrine. I mentioned it during the broadcast of the game that it was a fantastic tackle, and he gets a shout out. That was Vernon Huff. I didn't know who it was in the game. After some film study, I found out it was Vernon Huff. Jim Day had 1 tackle. Jaron Rivers, no stats. Mitchell Todd, no stats. Looks like Brian Urlacher in those uniforms there. Casey Carey, he had 2 tackles and a fumble recovery. And for the fumble recovery, he gets a helmet sticker. I think with defensive players, every 10 tackles, I will give them a helmet sticker, and for every sack, interception, forced fumble, or fumble recovery. Abdul Schuler had 1 tackle. That's all he had in the game against Florida. Brant Culp, no stats. At the middle linebacker spot, Demetrius Rivas, no stats. OJ Schneider, no stats. That no stats is supposed to be down. Wow, I messed that graphic up, and this one as well. Elliot Rivero, no stats. We'll get that fixed. Jared Marks, no stats. Outside linebacker. So you're starting to learn some of our players who maybe are waiting in the wings to have their chance to play. Taylor Bradshaw, 4 tackles at the cornerback position. So, I mean, some of these guys maybe will have to be the next man up if we have injuries. Elliot Breedlove had 4 tackles, and he is going to get a what the F. Elliot Breedlove, check him out at the top left on your screen. Look at the cushion that he has given Tyree Cleveland, and Cleveland just runs right past him anyway. What the F, Breedlove? You were giving him a massive cushion. He still ran right past you. Jamil Austin, 5 tackles. Pretty good game for Jamil Austin. All in all, but he's also going to get a what the F. And this comes on the opening play from scrimmage of the game. LaMichael Perrine is going to cut back into that hole. It's filled by Jamil Austin. Oh my goodness, welcome to FBS football. Jamil Austin got the stiff arm that he was not expecting. What the F? How do you let yourself get tossed off of the running back like that? Ross Cruz, no stats. Doug Fountain, no stats. J.R. Tyler, he had a great game. 7 tackles. Nothing else to speak of. He doesn't get any helmet stickers because he hasn't reached 10 tackles yet, but he's getting close. Maybe next game. But we're going to give him a shout out. He had such a great game. Let's look at one of the plays he made that was big for us. Opening drive for the Gators. Simmons overran the ball. Tyler frees himself up from a block and shoves Davis out of bounds, and that was the play that forced Florida to kick a field goal on their opening drive. Rhett Bishop had 5 tackles, no sacks, nothing else to speak of. And I do need to make some graphics and start including the kickers, the kicker and punter in this, and maybe even the returners. But we'll have to get to that in our next episode. Elliott Mooney had 6 tackles, and he had 1 interception. Give him a helmet sticker for the interception. That's Elliott Mooney. Derek Gillory had nothing, did not play. All right, that's it for helmet stickers for week number 2 against the Florida Gators here on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming. It's Cal State Fullerton Titans Dynasty.